This has probably been the hardest time in my life ever. I was in horrible analysis paralysis, man, just on YouTube all day. My mindset has always been failure is not an option.
What advice do you give that person who's been watching for a year? Like, I want to do this, but I don't know where to start. Like, what do you tell that analysis paralysis person that's watching right now?
The number one thing I can say is
Really excited about this episode, y'all. It's a client interview with Daniel Whitehead, who was working two jobs, Home Depot and IT help desk at a school, making around $20,000 before working with us, where he landed a 90K fully remote tech sales role in just 29 days with zero sales experience. Enjoy. Tell us about life before Sword. What were you doing? I know you were IT help desk at school, doing what else? Home Depot on the side or something? Like, what was your career like before Sword?
yeah, man, I was doing a plethora of things. Yeah, like my major was computer science. I was doing some tech stuff. I was thinking about getting into data analytics at first, until I realized that really wasn't the work-life balance or the pay that I was looking to get into later down the line. And I kind of gravitated towards tech sales and my own company. That was my introduction to sales in the first place. I started a web design agency. That was pretty cool. I got my hands on a bunch of stuff, and realized tech sales, that customer facing kind of work was what I like to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, kind of gravitated towards it. But in the meantime, I was doing IT help desk and working at Home Depot. So like my schedule looked like from 9 to 2 or 9 to 5, IT help desk, and then from like 5 to 9, 5 to 11 sometimes, going straight to Home Depot at night while
Wow.
doing the program.
So
Yeah,
you're working 9 to 9 essentially,
yeah,
making, a little more than 20K a year, working
right.
two jobs. And now you're gonna jump into such a great company and such a great career, man. It probably feels just surreal how quickly all this has happened.
Right, dude. Like, man, I put my head down, worked my butt off, man, and it worked. It blew my mind how well it worked. Man, it's crazy.
Had you tried to get into tech sales before, or was it kind of something you never attempted?
I kind of did. I more so connected to a bunch of people and learned about the space.
Mhm.
And through that, a few like different opportunities kind of got pushed my way, like different programs like CSAP, that's a Cisco kind of program, different programs like that, even WWT, that's like a partner to Cisco, different companies like that. I was getting interest in, but I really didn't know what I was doing. Just trying to get in any kind of way. This pro
Yeah.
is nothing like your program, man. Oh man, it's such a blessing.
Mm.
Just even for my personal life, it was so much going on outside of the workspace that just joining your program, it watered so much, man. It planted so much in my personal life, and that's the biggest thing I took away from your program is tech sales requires you to become a different person, not
Yeah.
just just receiving a job. So that was huge. I know I kind of went over the question, but
No, that's a really good takeaway, and I always have to tell people that, like, "Hey, this isn't just about you getting a job, you have to become a different person to get the
yeah,
job, because if the person you were today could get the job, you'd be in it already,
right.
but you have to develop a certain skill set, certain discipline, certain mindset that's gonna allow you to get into a job like you're in now, Daniel, so that's huge.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
So you didn't have any, like, formal sales experience then on your resume at all?
Not really at all, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was just straight, just me, winging it in my own business. To put it,
yeah.
that's the best way to put it. And I got some success there. And I realized, man, I like to do this. I could figure it out at least, and
Mhm.
get some kind of success. So I was like, okay, let me actually learn how to really do this. So yeah,
And
that's
so in your mind, when you and I met and, we're talking about like, dude, we're gonna do this, we're gonna get you into a job, and you had just started the program, were you unsure and uncertain if it would actually work for you at this point, or did you just ignore that and get to work?
Oh, that's a great question, man. Me first coming in, there was so much outside of the program that was on my mind, right?
Mm.
How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to pay for the program? How I'm going to do this? How I'm going to do that? How am I going to find time? It was a bunch of unknowns of, can I do this? Is this possible? Does this even fit with my life? Even other struggles and different things in different areas, even with my faith, a whole bunch of stuff in that time. So much happened, man. It was crazy. This has probably been the hardest time in my life ever.
Yeah.
Professionally and in my personal life.
Wow.
So coming into the program, I learned a lot about myself, what I can do, what I can take, man.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's kind of how I came into it with that mindset of I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm still doing it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the best that I can. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So you were new to tech sales. You had tried a little bit here and there to get in before,
Mm.
and not too much luck. Take me back to where we first got connected. Where did you even first learn about Sword and kind of what I do?
Yeah, it was during my analysis paralysis days. I was in horrible analysis paralysis, man. Just on YouTube all day. I know all the tech sales YouTubers. I was watching and binging hour-long videos, literally just sitting and watching, and dreaming of like, is this possible? I can see myself just trying to figure out how to do it. And I believe you're the last person that I watched that way. And what clicked for me was your faith.
Mm.
That I believe that's what um caught me in the analysis paralysis. I couldn't see myself do being in tech sales as a Christian. I didn't see it. I couldn't see it. But when I came across your page, it just clicked. Like I can do this. He's doing it this way. That's how I want to do it. And it
Mm.
immediately just drove me to do it, right? And actually get out of that analysis paralysis and go out and do something. Which
Yeah.
it led me to meeting with you guys and setting up a call.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I know there's a lot of people watching this video that are just like you. They want to get into tech sales. They're researching like crazy. They've seen all the YouTube videos out there. What advice do you give that person who's been watching for a year? Like, I want to do this, but I don't know where to start. Like, what do you tell that analysis paralysis person that's watching right now?
Man, if I could tell you guys man, there's so much I can say. But the number one thing I can say is, why are you watching? What is your why? Like, what are you getting out of the videos? And realize, what do you actually want, right? That's what I got as soon as it clicked. Why I'm doing this. My why was just fluttered in my face. It just came to me why I'm doing all of this. And that why drove me to figure out a way to get in because it was strong enough to move me. That's the biggest thing. The videos will never be strong enough to move you. Nothing will be able to be strong enough to move you besides why you're doing it. You have to have a strong enough why to move you, man. And during that time, my faith is strong enough to move me. What I believe, that was what drove me to go out and do it. If you don't have that, it's going to be difficult for you to do anything in life just to get out of bed. You got to find that purpose and find that why. And I found mine through Jesus.
Mm.
And he just ignited my faith, ignited my belief in what I could do, and got me out of bed and got me to go after it. Yeah.
Mm. Wow. I love that. I'm big on understanding your why.
Mhm.
And I think what people also need to understand out there is like it's not easy and it's never going to be easy. In fact, the road to growth is a bunch of very uncomfortable decisions, one after another. But that's how we grow. Like literally think about going to the gym. What do? You're tearing down your muscle for it to
Yeah.
build back stronger. And
Yeah.
so, Daniel, like I talk to a lot of people who are interested in working with Sword,
Mhm.
but whether it's the time or it's the financial investment, they can't make the jump. Like they can't get off the fence. You're someone who you had no time and you had no finances. Like what was your thought process there of like I don't care, I'm going to figure it out anyway? Cuz so many people we talk to get stuck there and say I can't do it because what if it doesn't work out?
Right, man. And For me, I've always been a fighter. That's why I actually got success in football early on and eventually played some football in college. My mindset has always been failure is not an option. I can't fail. That's not an option that I can choose. The only thing that I can do is succeed. I only know to fight for what I want and what I desire. If you don't have that desire in you, it's going to be hard for you to overcome anything. You have to have that mindset of I have to fight to get to where I want to be. I have to fight through sleep. I'm sleepy, but I have to fight through this sleep. I have to fight through all the rejection that I feel, all of the imposter syndrome I feel. I have to fight through everything, literally day in and day out. That's what it takes to get to where you want to be. You're not getting anywhere unless you're willing to fight for it. That's what I came in with, and I understood what that fight would look like. You planned it out. The program literally shows you what that fight looks like and prepares you for every single step. You just have to be willing to go in and every day fight for it, man.
Mm.
It's not going to
Choose
be given to you.
choose your hard, right? Like for those of you watching this video right now, and this is your 17th YouTube video you've watched about tech sales, I imagine you're watching because life for you is hard right now. And you
Mhm.
think tech sales will make it better and easier. And the reality is like whatever you do in life, it's going to be hard. The
Sure.
easiest thing to do though is to sit right where you are and say, I'm satisfied. And that's valid if you're actually satisfied and if you're
Right.
content and if you're where God has called you to be.
Mhm.
But getting out of that zone of comfort is going to be one of the hardest things you do. But things don't change till you do. And Daniel, man, I mean, you could have given me every excuse under the sun of why this wasn't going to be a good fit for you. But here we are 29 days later and you've almost 5x your income.
Praise God, man. And I just want to point that out, dude. Like, it's easy to say you have to fight in this and that, but what really changed my mind is me looking at myself and looking at my life, looking at my soon to be fiance and what we're talking about, what we want to do, looking at my own faith and where I want to be, how I want to serve, how I want to give back. When I look at that, something in me wants to fight to provide. It makes me want to get out of bed and go and provide and make that happen. You have to have that in you, man. And I haven't been doing this by myself. And I was like getting prepared for this call, and what came to my heart was Isaiah 41:10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee in the word of my righteousness. I've
Mm.
had that help to strengthen me, man, through this whole thing. Like when I'm feeling like I can't do this, he reminds me of that scripture. Fear not. Don't be down and dismayed about it. I can help you.
Mm.
You have a resource to pull on and to pull through anytime that you're feeling like you can't do it. And you don't have to provide by yourself. You don't have to do this by yourself. I can help you. Right? That's huge for me as well.
Come on, dude. My man brought the word. I'm ready to like run through my wall over here. That is it's amazing. It's amazing, man. So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. You kind of mentioned being in the program, like we laid it all out, like what to expect, all of that. Can you give people insight into what it's like working one-on-one with me? Because I think there's so many online courses and pay $500 will teach you how to get into tech sales. Like there's so many things out there and people are a little gun shy when it comes to coaches because they're like, am I really going to get what I'm signing up for? So for you, Daniel, like what's something that you feel like stuck out to you about working one on one with me?
Yeah, man, and I've spoken with a plethora of tech sales people that's running programs. I can name them, but it's a bunch of them at different price points and and in different like industries and different ethnic groups, everything, man. The one thing that stuck out to me was your relationship with God bleeds through how you run your program. Um, the love and the compassion and the patience, all of these things make me want to go further. Like the way that everyone treats you, the way that everyone does business, everything is full of compassion and understanding. That is the biggest plus that you can ever have in life. The people that are helping you get to somewhere are doing it in a way that makes you want to go and do it even more, rather than beating you down about it and not really showing understanding and care and compassion about, yeah, we understand. And the one-on-one aspect. You have a plethora of people in your program, but it feels like I was the only one in it. That's how attention to detail you guys are. With right on time, like responses, everything, man. Those were the biggest ones for me. Like I've come from a football background, so I understand what it is for a coach to be in your face, spitting tobacco juice in your face, all of it. I grew up there from sixth grade. That's been my life. But here, it's been that same push, but with understanding and compassion. And so you don't leave the program or during the program feeling dumb. You feel like, man, yeah, I know what to do now. I'm good. Let's go. Every day. That's the biggest one for me.
I love it, man. I was just reading Galatians this morning, like recapping the fruits of the spirit, and so it's kind of cool to hear that you felt that, even in the program, which is massive. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Um, Two final questions for you, man. One is for others, and one is for yourself. So for others,
Yeah.
what advice would you give them when it comes to breaking into tech sales? Like, what would you tell them that might actually help them make some progress with getting a job?
For me, man, when it comes to tech sales, you need a support system. This is this job is not for the weak. You're gonna need something to lean on. You're gonna need some kind of support system to help you through the tough days, to help you through when you're not getting meetings booked, when you're not getting anyone responding to your applications. Like that sucks. And it's not gonna feel good sometimes. You need somewhere to go or someone to turn to that can just bring life to you and bring you up when you're down, man. And for me, that was Jesus. So that's the biggest thing that I could share with anyone. In tech sales, you need something, and God is that something, man. I really encourage you guys to really try Him, and lean on Him, and He will help you get into it. Like He will help you in every single step. Even when you have the job, He will help you be successful in the job. Like
Mhm.
it's a life, man. Tech sales is not just a job. It's a part of your life. You're gonna develop as a human being doing tech sales. So yeah, that's the biggest one that comes to mind.
I love it, man. I think you and I will be the first people to say, like, we do not belong here. We do not deserve to be here. And it is
Yeah.
only by the grace of God that we get to be here. So, I mean, even on that note, y'all, if you're out there listening and you're like, all right, I'm curious about this God that they're talking about, like, hit us up for real. We're down to pray with you and encourage you. And I think what we need to realize is like none of us are here on accident, and there's a calling over your life. And the calling doesn't necessarily mean like you need to be this big exec in tech sales and all of this, but it's like along the way, who can you impact? Who can
Mhm.
you pour into? Who
That's right.
can you help expand their lives? It doesn't matter what you're doing, it matters how you're doing it. And
Mm.
so I just encourage y'all to think about like if you're not where you want to be in life today, I mean, God's not going to go to the gym for you and lift weights for you. He's going to give you the access and the means and the opportunities to go there, but you got to go put in the work.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I feel like I'm talking to Daniel from, 9 months ago. And
Yeah,
it's
man.
like, man, if you just walk out with a little faith, a little boldness, look what life can turn into.
Wow, man. And it's the beginning. It's just the beginning, man. It's only going to get better.
Yeah. Well, that's my last question for you, man. Like, what are you most excited about now? Now that your income has almost 5x, now that you're gonna be working remote, you're gonna be sounds like getting engaged soon. Like, what are you professionally and personally really excited about?
Man, there's so much, man. Really just me getting married and establishing a life. That's the biggest one. Just establishing a marriage with the Lord and getting my first place, that whole just next stage. Like the word says, for this cause shall a man leave his mother and father house and cleave to his wife. I'm excited for that exchange to leave what I'm from and create my own thing, man. That's the biggest one for me.
Mm.
Yeah, and dude, and like professionally, I was just in prayer, man, and the overwhelming desire to do something like you do. I didn't know I wanted to do management. That was huge. I just wanted to share what I've been given, to be able to like bring in or to manage over SDRs with such love and compassion that they are able to be successful, and share that kind of environment and bring that environment into a company. That was huge, man. So I think that's what I'm going to start working towards as well, coming into the professional space. Yeah.
It's amazing, man. You definitely have leadership in you through and through. And man, Daniel, I'm grateful for you for stepping out of the comfort zone and getting off YouTube and getting into Apollo, getting into the sequences, getting into the job. But I'm also really just fired up for your future, man. You've got a lot of bright things coming your way. And yeah, God's hand is over your life, man. So congratulations to you and your future family.
Man, thanks, man, and thank you guys, man. This has been literally life changing. And anyone that's like doubting or thinking that this is bogus, I know it. That's what I was thinking as well. This stuff is real and it works. If it could work for me, it literally can work for anyone. My circumstances were not the best. Even financially, it was not the best, but God made it work. He worked with what I had. And you literally can do it, man. Joining this program is worth every penny. If you're willing to work, success is gonna come. Literally.
Amen. Amen, bro. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Y'all, hope you enjoyed that episode. Tech sales can truly be life changing. And that's what we saw with Daniel, where he almost 5x his income in just a month. He was a lot like a lot of you out there. You've been watching from the sidelines. You watch all the tech sales YouTube videos, you do all the research, you're on the podcasts, but you're still not in tech sales. And it's probably because you're trying to figure it out on your own. Here's the deal. You can do that, but it's going to take you forever. And you're doing it alone. So at the very least, I want to invite you guys to our free Breaking Into Tech Sales community, which is linked below. There's over 2,000 people in that group. They're all looking for tech sales jobs like you are. And there's a community there to support you through that. The second thing though, is if you are trying to get a job quickly, there's a link below to meet with my team. That's the exact link that Daniel clicked on to meet with my team. And now he's in a 90K remote role 29 days later with no tech sales experience. What we do at Sword works so freaking well. We have a 99% success rate and our program averages 38 days. You don't need a degree, you don't need experience, you just need to be willing to bet on yourself and work hard. So grab some time with our team through that link. We'll meet with you. We'll set you up with a game plan on how you should approach your job search. And then if it makes sense, we can talk about you working one-on-one with me to help you get a job in the next month or two. Thanks, guys.